Hi, I'm Brittany Brown, the CEO and founder of LedgerGurus. In this video, we're going to be talking about one of the methods to add additional landed costs to a purchase order inside your inventory. This method is one of 3 methods that you can use. This one is the simplest. In this video, we're going to be talking about adding additional cost lines to an original purchase order. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if you would like to be notified anytime we drop additional tips and tricks on inventory management systems or just accounting in general. Here at LedgerGurus, we love to help our clients be successful in their inventory management tools as it helps them to manage their most important asset, their inventory. So let's dive in. Let's go through an example of what this method looks like. So here's just a purchase order that I've created. Down here, I've added a couple of items. Now let's say when I issued this purchase order and when it was received that I also noticed that I had some additional costs on this purchase order. In this particular case, I'm going to say that the additional costs came in the form of shipping. This shipping item that I chose here was an item that I had previously set up in my inventory item list. And as you can see here, it's set up as a service item. And the reason why that's important is because a service item is an item that I don't have to track the quantity on. So I don't have to take shipping in and I don't have to watch the shipping decrement. I can just add that cost to here without causing any sort of like inventory problem. Any additional charges that you're planning on adding to purchase orders in this way need to have their own items set up in this way. So I'm going to say that I had one quantity of it and that maybe it cost me $80 in shipping to order this particular purchase order. I'm going to click here where it says authorize. I now want to decide what I'm going to do with that shipping cost. So over here on this invoice tab, I'm going to copy over my items and I'm going to copy the additional cost from the order as well. And here's where I have the option to decide for myself. When I open up this account field here, I can choose to point this at shipping and handling, which is an expense category in the way that this current chart of accounts is set up, which means that I would not be actually adding the shipping cost to the items in this particular purchase order. I would be expensing this portion of the purchase order right away instead. If I actually do want it to be added to the inventory, now I need to make sure that this account here matches this account here. So you can see here, all of these items here, as I'm purchasing them, are going to be mapped to the inventory account, a balance sheet account on my books. Down here now, I'm saying take this shipping cost, and I also want this to be an inventoriable expense as well. In this particular video, I'm not going to go into the detail on like the pros and cons of doing landed costs versus buy costs instead. We definitely cover that more in depth in other videos. But let's just say that I did decide that I want to do this on landed costs and I want to add this cost here. Now, I mentioned that there were pros and cons of the 3 separate options that Deere gives you. The cons of this particular option, well, the pros of this particular option is very straightforward. It's very easy to execute on. You literally just, that's literally all there is to it. The con is that I have really no control over at all how this is going to be allocated. So this full $80 is going to be allocated across these items. And I don't really get to choose or decide how that allocation is going to happen. It's just going to happen based on, I believe it actually happens based on the dollar amount of the individual line items versus other methods allow me to allocate based on like so many other things, dimensions of the product, weight, quantities, all sorts of different things. So pro of this particular approach, very straightforward, easy to execute on. Con of this particular approach, very little control. Also in this particular approach, I'm kind of making the assumption that the costs that are associated with this particular additional costs are costs that are actually associated with this particular vendor as part of this overall purchase order. So if these costs, like shipping costs in particular, if those shipping costs are costs that I'm seeing come in from a different vendor, there's actually a different approach that we recommend taking with this. But if all of this is contained within one purchase order and you have your line items that show the quantity and you have your line items that show the additional costs and you're fine with it allocating it based on price and it's all coming from the same vendor, that this is by far the easiest and simplest way of accomplishing this. If you're an e-commerce business and you're looking for a solution to help with your accounting needs, or you're looking for support around an implementation, whether it be for Deere or Finale, or whether you had an implementation done and it was kind of a bust and now you need a rescue from them in implementation, or you just need additional help, guidance on how to use those tools successfully, reach out to us through our website, ledgergurus.com. We're happy to assist in these ways.